Hello, welcome to Make It Monday. Today I am going to revisit my DIY for the Dollar Tree Gnomes. Last year I did a very popular video, so take a look at that and on my channel so that you can check out how exactly to put these little cute little gnomes together. But today I want to show you some updates that an update that I have made to the gnomes to kind of make them a little different from last year, and I am loving the way they look so much. So these are the ones that I've kind of done a little bit different than the last year's version. I've also been making the other ones, so never fear. But what I decided to do this year, I went when I went to Dollar Tree this year, they had these they're like kind of a fake, well, they call them thermal boot socks is what they are. They've got the red cuff. They're kind of a gray, white, and black mix. They're made to look like those faux wool socks. They're definitely not anything I'd want to wear myself if I were going up in the woods for hiking, but they're in the men's section. You can see that, so they're $1 a pair, but I'm able to use them for 4 different hats. So this was one pair that I used to make these 4 different ones. So I'm just going to show you the 4 different things well, 3 different things I did with them. The first thing I did was I just cut off the toe, and I just kind of approximated, so you could see this one's a little bit longer and this one's a little bit shorter. I just cut off the toe and used that for the hat. For the base of these, I actually used regular socks. I had bought some regular socks to try to make those without the poofies on them, and they didn't work out very well as far as making hats, but they worked out great for making the bottoms. So that's what I used, was just the foot of a regular sock to make this one, and then I used the toe of the thermal sock to make the little scrunchy hat. And you can see the stuffing that I have inside of his hat is actually from the white base that I used to fill the rice. So, and then this little guy got some little snowflakes on. I thought that looked really cute, but I just love how his hat kind of looks scrunchy. It looks like one of those skull caps that you see. That was the first one that I've done. The next one, I used the top for it, and I used one of those fuzzy Dollar Tree, the bottom, the toe part of the Dollar Tree fuzzy, and they've got a little bit of sparkle in it, the red ones, and added those for the bottom. And then I used the top, and this, to make this little bump up here, there is some stuffing from the sock, because this time, instead of using the short socks, we accidentally grabbed the oh, I forgot. They're the longer socks. They're not the knee-high socks, but the one, crew, they're called. The crew socks. So there was a lot of extra sock, but I used it to my advantage and kind of stuffed the hat this time. And I tied a twine right here and then right here to kind of make this little bubble and make it stand. And then you can see that I just tied it on the side. I've debated tacking this down, but I think it kind of makes it fun. You can put it however you want. So I'll probably be having to rearrange that when I merchandise it. So that will be that one. And then for another one of the toe, I'll put this aside. For another one of the toe hats, here's what I did. It's just a little button, a little bit of greenery. This is some of those greeneries from the Dollar Tree, actually. They have the green ties with the greens on it. And then the buttons. A big button that I have a great big jar I got for like $1 at a Dollar Tree. And then I used a little poof ball. These are also at the Dollar Tree. So I just used that on the cap. And like my other ones, I just roll up the bottom of it. It looks just like a cuff of a hat. So you can see this is the other part of that sock that I had left over from trying to make the socks. This is the top portion. It's got a nice finished bottom, so you can see how I just glued that down so it looks like a nice finished bottom, and the white sock is underneath. I kind of like this. It's got the argyle on it, so I just kind of matched up with the argyle, and the gray goes nicely with that. So I have a little blue and gray. And then finally, this is the last one that I did, where I used the top of the gnome, or the thermal sock. Sorry, I have lots of noise in the background. But I used the top of the thermal sock, and all I did was I tied a knot, and so that just the red part showed. And he's a little loose. I did put some, oh, this one, to make it stay tight, I put some hot glue inside to make it flat. I just thought it made it look a little bit different. I kind of like that. And then this one, I just tied a knot in the tip for the red part to look like a pom-pom. And then I did put some hot glue in here to kind of keep him scrunchy in there, but there is also that top of that sock. So I might stick with the crew socks this time because I like, or keep sticking with it. I like how it kind of fills up the hat. A couple buttons to decorate him, and then a little, one of the Dollar Tree snowflake ornaments that come in a 6-pack. I love those. Every time I see them at Dollar Tree. I was all worried that I went specifically for these because I couldn't find any left over from last year. And I went all the way through the Dollar Tree, and at the very last moment we found like 6 cards of them. So I think I bought 4. I didn't want all silver. I knew I liked the white, so I grabbed all the white they had and then filled in with the silver. So anyway, those are my favorites. I have to say that, like I said, these thermal socks are working out really nicely. So all together, this ended up using one fuzzy red sock with the big ones to match. I liked how the red sock from Dollar Tree matched the thermal sock for the hats. And then, like I said, I'm only using these thermal socks for the tops. I suppose you could use them for the bottom, but I think they look so cute. The scrunchy hats are pretty cute. And then I used a regular sock to get the blue. Like I said, it was just something I had left over from last year. I think it was a 1-pack. I had gotten some Argyle blue socks and tried to make a gnome, and I didn't really like the way he looked. I like the fullness of the fuzzy socks. So, but sometimes it's hard at Dollar Tree to find some nice colors that look Christmassy to use. I haven't ventured out and used anything other than blue, black, and red fuzzy socks for these yet. I know people are using like pink ones and purple ones. They're not my favorite. I just tend to like more of the traditional colors. So that's what we're doing. And on the past video, everybody was asking me like, how much am I charging for them? And I've been charging $10. All the proceeds from our gnomes are going towards my son's 4-H trip this next summer to Japan. So I set it low, and actually we leave out a jar for donations when we go to the craft shows. So a lot of people, if they want to pay extra, they're welcome to. They know it's going to a good cause. So sometimes people are paying more, but for $10, really, I've got one full sock in each one, well, actually 2 full socks. So a pair of socks goes into them. Oftentimes, depending on what kind of socks, I'll get these in a pair. So these are 2 pair. This is 1 pair of socks for the gray, one side, 1/2 a pair. So 1 sock. So this would have been a whole nother pair to make 4 of them. And there's a pair of white socks, which I either get in 2 or 3 packs in there. So not too bad as far as socks. I've still got tons left over. And I had bought 2 pairs of these thermal socks, so I can still get 4 more of these cute little gnomes out of them. And we'll be working towards that. So please feel free to subscribe. I hope you stuck around with me for this video. Thank you so much for watching the whole how-to video where I made them put together. I love all the comments, and please like and subscribe this video so that I